Welcome to Wisdom Keys, and I'm here with myself, Brother Francis. I'm glad that I'm here today and that I have this opportunity to come on live and share a new presentation. I have been a spiritual counselor for almost over 40 some odd years, about pretty close to almost 50, but I'm affiliated with Resonant Essentials. I teach meditation there every Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And it's an opportunity to share not just guided meditation, but also how to use guided meditation to lead you toward a silent path in meditation where you can connect with your spirit guides, spirit teachers, your higher self, especially, and even further beyond. So I'm glad that you're joining me here today, and we're going to get started right away. My particular topic that I have for you today is remember your breath. Remember your breath is your life. Breathe properly and have a better life. Well, the reason I came up with this is, all over, wherever you have forest areas and dry land, dry brush, we've been experiencing brush fires going up into Las Vegas, New Mexico, and other areas. Um, I'm always putting a intention out there that everyone is well, that they're safe. Some people have to evacuate their homes. These are things that happen. People that live in California experience the same thing a lot. They see it all the time. And so I was thinking, the air has been very dry here, very dry. And sometimes when it's very dry like this, you can suffer from nosebleeds. And nosebleeds can almost come out of nowhere. It can happen from high blood pressure and other things, but it also can happen when the air is extremely dry and you find yourself blowing your nose a little too hard, like I did the other day. So this topic is a good topic. It's about breathing and the importance of breath. If we're not paying attention to how we're breathing, then we find ourselves having some difficulties with that. And, excuse me, sometimes when we have difficulty with breathing, it it kind of stops you from really enjoying life. And, excuse me, I'm one who had suffered from being born with asthma. And asthma, metaphysically, that represents, feeling like life is being squeezed out of you. So, breath is very important. We have to learn how to breathe better and breathe properly. And that's what today's topic is all about. If we can learn how to breathe a little better for ourselves, we will find that we have more vitality, which is more energy, uh, also, what will give you not just more energy, but you have better rest. And so you want to allow yourself to be able to experience that for yourself. Now, there are a number of ways. You can be an avid exerciser if you want. You can be a person that likes to do a lot of walking. People who are athletes have to be able to monitor the way that they breathe so that they can bring more oxygen into the bloodstream, into their lungs, into their brain, so they don't pass out, right? Everyday people, those of us that have more of a sedentary job like myself, I sit a lot because I'm on the computer, I'm dealing with my clients, my students, sometimes family members and longtime friends. So occasionally I have to get up and walk around, let the blood circulate more through the body, but let the breath be involved just the same. Because if you're not breathing properly, you're going to have issues. And you don't have to be someone who suffered like myself earlier in my childhood with asthma, but you can be suffering because you have hay fever, a lot of pollen in the air. There's a lot of trees out here where they're like the cottonwood trees, and you see little cotton fibers on the ground. And if you're not careful, it collects on your clothes, on your shoes, on your socks, on the lower part of your pants, and so on and so forth. So, breathing is an essential part of life, right? We need to breathe properly. We find ways of eating properly. We find ways of exercising properly. We find ways of being in a state of rest for ourselves properly. If we're not resting properly, then that also can interrupt our pattern of sleep, our pattern of breathing. So, breathing is an important thing in our lives. Now, also, what you want to be aware of is sitting properly. Sitting properly is essential. You know, they have those exercise balls that people sit on. They have those ergonomic computer desks where you can rest, lean forward more toward the edge of the chair, resting your shins against this bar, a padded bar, and it causes you to push up through the spine, through the top of your head, so you sit up straighter. Often, when you're in a state for meditation, you have to do the same. You have to find a way to make the body more comfortable from the pelvis area up as well as the legs. Not everybody can sit in a full lotus position from yoga classes or even a half lotus position. Some people sit best with what their feet flat on the floor and their knees up a little bit, pulled in toward the body. That's a way that can be comfortable too, but you need something to support your back. That is essential. If you're not supporting your back, then it's not going to be that easy for you to breathe. You know, there's all kind of exercises that we can do. Some of these exercises can be done straight from a chair if you don't have a chance to stand up often. If you can stand up and do it, it is equally beneficial. But if you're in a chair, or if you're someone, let's say, who might be disabled and you have to be seated in a wheelchair, you could still utilize these exercises, whether it's chair yoga, they have chair tai chi exercises, chair qigong exercises, they have light fitness classes, all from a seated position. Well, what I'm going to show you how to do today is basically pay attention to how you are breathing. If I can get you to pay attention to how you are breathing, more than half the battle of breathing will be accomplished by you. And hopefully, it happens in a more efficient way. Hey, Rosemary, it's good to see you too. So, one of the things that you want to be able to do is pay attention to how you're seated in a chair. Now, I have one of these special, as they say, ergonomic chairs because they have the back that you can't see from here, but it leans away from me a little bit and then it curves in toward the lower part of my back. But in my case, I have these lumbar pillows that you can pick them up for 19.99 at a Walgreens or what's another place? CVS. They're little padded pillows and they sit nicely underneath onto your chair. And they just open up, you unzip the package and then they pop out. And they're about this wide, okay? And they're about this thick. And so it allows yourself to sit on, hey there, Resident Essentials, hey there twice. Might be several people here, Resident Essentials. So it allows you to be seated on a comfortable padded chair. In fact, I'm going to pull one up that I'm sitting on so you know what I mean. You get something like this. Everybody can see this? So you get something like this, and you can simply sit on it. It's probably about 16 inches long, it's probably about 14 inches wide, and it's about, I would say, about 3 inches thick. It's me, the flea, okay? So it's about 3 inches thick, okay? And it allows you, I have two of them because I like to sit up a little bit. I don't like to sit low. and it's very comfortable on the pelvis and what they call the sit bones. Okay. Now, this allows you to be seated up. That's very important. The next thing is to have your shoulders down. Now, you don't have to force them down, because if you try to force them down, then it's going to cause you to push your chest up too much or too forward. That you don't need to do. What you want to be able to do is be natural in your posture. Your spine is naturally curved anyway, so you don't need to go against that at all. The body will do what it needs to do naturally for you. All you have to do is pay attention to alignment and positioning of your posture. Now, another thing you want to be able to accomplish is you don't have to tip your head back. You don't want to pull the chin in too far down, right? So you don't want to be like this. You want to be like this. You don't want to be like this. So you don't want to be like, I'm looking up your nostrils. No, just straight. Find that position with your head that's comfortable. So what we want to do is, as we begin to breathe, we need to sometimes loosen the muscles around the neck. Our neck can get very stiff, right? A lot of us that are at a desk all the time, there's a tendency to slouch. What is another tendency? Sometimes we slouch and then we're leaning forward. So the rib cage is forward, the chest is forward, the abdominal area beneath the diaphragm is all pushed down and forward, and you don't want that either. Okay, so you want to find a position that's very comfortable. I would suggest that you keep your feet on the floor flat, about what feels like hip width, all right, from one side to the other, or from shoulder to shoulder. This is very, very important. When you can do that, then you're feeling more comfortable. Your neck, your knees are just roughly about a 90-degree angle. Okay, this is very important, all right, because it helps with posture. You have a little bit more balance going on for yourself. Now, another thing is, depending on where you are seated, you could rest your from here to here, right? From here, or the wrist, if you want, down to your elbow, up against your body, so that your palms are straight up or curled toward the ceiling. Or you could pull the hands over so your palms are resting on your thighs, going down towards your knees. Another position, if you're closer to a desk, then what you want to do is just rest the arm from the elbow out to the fingertips on the top of the desk. The whole idea is to find your comfort zone. Because if you don't find your comfort zone, you will be uncomfortable, sure enough, trying to breathe, and you'll be paying attention to all the little nicks and things that you're tingling things that are seem to be getting in the way of your concentration. So, what's the first thing? Find a seat that's comfortable. Make it comfortable for yourself. Keep your head up, keep your shoulders down. They will naturally fall down and roll back slightly. Okay. Now, this, and then as you do that, push up through the top of your head, through the neck, and you'll find that place that is comfortable for your body. Place your palms down on your lap or palms toward the ceiling. Now, there's some unique ways in which to, before we even get into this deep breathing, there are some very unique ways in which people want to have more energy flowing into the body. Well, people who follow, and I did a little research to check it out, people who follow the Self Fellowship organization that was started by Paramhansa Yogananda, what they do is from the wrist to the elbow, right in here, they rub briskly. That awakens the prana, or as we say, the chi, or ki in the system, that's really moving through the fascia. The fascia is that lining. It's a membrane that holds the organs in place and the muscles, and is right beneath the skin on top of the muscle. In fact, it's the same area when you go to an acupuncturist and they stick the needle in. The needle is resting within side of the fascia. So they say briskly rub your forearm from your wrist down to your elbow. And this awakens the prana in that area that is flowing through the bloodstream, as well as in the energy of that membrane. And then what they say to do once it warms up, you take your arms and you lift them up. Now, they didn't say two, I'm just demonstrating with two, but you lift one up. Now, as you lift it up, the energy pours down, comes into the arm, into the chest, and down to the rest of the body. You can do one side at a time. Here's another thing you can do: rub the hands together briskly. This awakens, again, the chi, this prana is already there, but you're just bringing it more up into the surface of your palms. Now, I'm going to use one hand. You cup the eye and open the eye and look into the palm. This radiates chi into the body. In actuality, you put both hands there so you don't see any light. Open up the eyes, look into the palms. If you do that several times, that gives more energy to the face. You're absorbing the chi from your body, prana, into your eyes, and that also helps you to relax. So those are things that you could do. Now, let's just sit and pay attention to how we're going to breathe. Remember, your breath is your life, right? That's today's topic. Your breath is your life. Breathe properly, and you have a better life. So, what you want to do right now is, as you're seated comfortably in your chair, wherever you are, office, at home, at work, maybe outdoors watching this on your phone, I want you to just remain calm. I don't want you to worry about anything. Don't worry about what you're going to do 10 minutes from now. Don't worry about what you just did 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, or even 5 minutes ago. But stay focused on your breath, the rhythm of your breath. The way you can do that is to be aware as the breath comes in through your nose, and without pausing, release it through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, release it through your mouth. As you do this about 3, 4, 5 times, maybe 6, 7, 8, or 9 times, each time you're releasing static energy that's trapped in the nasal passage, the throat, the upper part of your lungs, and you're pushing it out of your body. Once you've decided that you're going to use full cycle 5 times or 7 times or 9 times or even 3 times, I want you to do all the breathing through your nose without pausing. That's right, don't pause at the top of the inhalation nor the bottom of the exhalation. I usually use about 4 beats, or what feels like 4 seconds. And what you're doing is you're doing all of the breathing, inhaling and exhaling, excuse me, through your nose. So you inhale, then exhale. Now, as a beginner, you can have this energy, this air come in to the body, and you'll, of course, feel your chest rise up and then fall down. But eventually, you can practice your form of breathing You're late to the party. You're on time, Amber. It's all about breathing. So you just inhale and exhale. And just allow yourself to relax with it. Inhale and exhale. Usually, that third or fourth time of inhaling and exhaling, counting as one cycle, you start to feel yourself begin to relax. Everything, the muscles in the face and the neck, shoulders, chest, upper part of the back, all of that begins to relax. Now, what you can also learn to do, which is more advanced in breathing, but is actually more natural, and that is to allow the diaphragm to take charge. The diaphragm underneath the lungs, it's above your liver, your pancreas, your bladder, your stomach, your spleen, all of that, right? Abdominal muscle area above the solar plexus. And what you want to do is you can put one hand over the belly button, the other hand in the center of your chest. The goal in this method is when you inhale, let the stomach area, the abdominal region, fall forward into the palm. And as you exhale, draw it back in from there. Now, what will happen is you'll notice that the chest will rise a little bit in that method, but because you're using the abdominal area around by the belly button, you're pushing it forward as you inhale and drawing it in as you exhale. It actually allows you to bring more energy, more oxygen into your lungs because the diaphragm drops down. And as you exhale, it bounces back up gradually. Remember, your breath is your life. And what you want to do, you want to be able to breathe better, breathe fully, so you're not stressing the body out. You don't want to stress the body out. You want to be able to relax. Now, some people use a method known as box breathing. And what the box breathing method is, they actually use 8 seconds, what feels like 8 seconds. So they inhale up to 8 counts, 8 beats. Then they exhale. Then they inhale. Then they exhale. But the actual advanced box method is they're going to hold the breath twice. So they're going to inhale, then they're going to hold the breath and mentally count. And then when they reach their 4, 6, or 8, whichever beat seconds they decided on, then they exhale. Then they hold the breath again. When they hold the breath, that's the bottom of the box. Now, the only thing I say about that is if you're a person who is not a runner, you have some difficulty breathing with your lungs, I wouldn't do that one. Why? Because eventually you're going to see spots before your eyes and you may pass out, get dizzy. And that you don't need to do. The most simplest way is just to inhale. Let the body do what it does naturally. The body comes to a point where it needs to stop, but only momentarily, just about a second or two. Then it goes right back to the norm. So let's try this together. We're not going to hold the breath at the top of the inhalation nor the bottom of the exhalation. Starting right now, inhale 2, 3, 4, and then release the breath, exhale through the nose. Inhale. So, what you want to do is let the body lead you. The breath has to flow through the system. The body knows when to inhale, when to exhale. It does it naturally. What you don't want to do is breathe through your mouth too often. In other words, you don't want to go, because that puts also pressure onto the body. We think oxygen is getting into the body, but it's not. So allow yourself to breathe and enjoy the breathing. I always use something that I learned one time, and I was watching it, and some of my friends who are have long ago have transitioned. They were students of Montauk Chia. Montauk Chia lived on Long Island, New York. In fact, I used to, as a courier, I used to deliver packages right next door to him in Huntington, but I didn't have enough time to really go around, really watch closely. But I would see the students breathing gently and evenly. But one of the things that he would say that was very good, hey, Barbara, yes, one of the things that he would say that's very good is to smile in toward your heart in the center of your chest. And when you can smile into the heart, he said there's something that happens, there's an intelligence throughout your body. We call it divine source energy. The prana or life force energy is overflowing with intelligence, divine thoughts, and feelings. So when you focus on the center of the sternum, behind it is the heart, and you inhale, you pay attention to the vibration throughout the heart. And what you want to begin to do is as you inhale, you smile into the heart gently, being appreciative, you see. And as you exhale, you smile even more. But what happens, you feel the heart kind of flourish and flush itself because it can feel you doing that, and it begins to enjoy the interaction that you are giving it. So you inhale and exhale. You inhale and exhale. Now, this time around, you inhale with a smile, slight and gentle. And as you exhale, you share that smile with your environment. By doing so, you're sending and receiving beauty and harmony, grace, compassion, understanding, creating wellness, just simply through breathing. So let's try this together. Make sure you're seated properly for yourself. Let's say if you're seated on a bed, sit further back so that you have a pillow behind your back so you're against the wall or against the headrest. Or if you were seated on the floor, put one pillow underneath you and rest the other one on your back. Let the shoulders fall down gently and they will roll back slightly. You don't have to press them, pull them back, or anything. They will just find their natural space. Be seated so that you're not tucking the chin down, nor are you tilting the chin upward. The chin is in a comfortable place for you. Now just relax. Inhale. Inhale to what feels like 4 seconds to you. Then exhale. Now, if 4 seconds feels comfortable inhaling, you can extend the exhalation. But I would try, like if you go inhale to 4, don't hold the breath, and then you exhale to 6. Inhale to 4. And when you're ready, you exhale to 6. We always have to find what is comfortable for ourselves. One person might be able to inhale for 4, hold the breath for 6, and release it on 8. Some people could inhale for 6, hold the breath for 8, exhale on 12. I wouldn't do that. Those are all advanced stages. Keep it simple for yourself so that you can enjoy the process of breathing properly for yourself. Why? Because we have to remember that your breath is your life. Well, thank you for joining me. All you have to do is replay this, and has all the little nooks and crannies, all the little tips in there for yourself. Also, be aware that if you're here in the Albuquerque area, as far as Santa Fe, but right now in Albuquerque, because we have these little brush fires going on out here. So if you're in Albuquerque, Saturday, come on down to 3107 Eubank Boulevard Northeast, inside of the Scottsdale Shopping Village, to a green building, and look for Resonant Essentials. I'll be there to teach guided meditation in the form of my Creative Pathwork meditation series from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The cost is only $10 per class. Very simple, very easy, and you get a chance to interact with me. This Sunday, this Sunday is Mother's Day. Next Sunday is May the 15th. We have a psychic fair, usually held every second Sunday, but it's Mama's Day on this Sunday, so we're not holding it then. We're going to hold it on the 15th. Free admission from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can get readings and healing sessions with a whole variety of people, not just myself. I'm there doing what I call Angel of Grace readings, celestial I am drawings. I use a colorful pencil set, and I capture the images that I hear and see within your auric field, and you get a mini reading. That's not for $20. That's $30 for about 30 minutes. A lot of people have enjoyed receiving these, and you will too if you ever come in person. I have another way in which to do it for you as well. Also, we'll have Susan Zumo, longtime friend of mine from Long Island, who's lived here about 12 years. And this psychic fair will be her last one as she's preparing herself to go back to the East Coast. She does PAT, which is perception awareness technique readings. And what she also does is Soma Pi healing, a way of balancing the energy for you and getting you more centered. We have the owner there, Michelle Vidal. Michelle Vidal is the owner of Resident Essentials, and she's medium, and she also reads with cards, and she does a whole variety. She does clairvoyant readings, a whole host of stuff, and she's the main teacher there. So you want to come on down. The readings are $20 for 20 minutes. We have Rosie Navarra. Rosie Navarra is excellent. She has mediumship skills as well, and she reads with a variety of cards, oracle cards, tarot cards. We might even have Nicole Bruton Phillips there. She works with intuitive children, psychic children. So if you come with your son or your daughter, teenager or a young one, you can find out what you could learn about your child to help them elevate themselves, right? She uses oracle cards as well. We have a variety of other people. Usually we have Tracy Whitted from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and she does transmosis healing. Most of the sessions are $20 for 20 minutes. We're there from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, May the 15th. We're usually there every second Sunday, but Mama has got her day on this Sunday coming up. So you want to be there. Now, some of the other people that you see in here, Amber. Amber is a Reiki healer, and she is usually around, I believe, on Tuesdays, roughly from either 9 or 10 a.m. to about 4 or 5 p.m. So if you want to find out more about all the practitioners here with Resident Essentials, come on over to Facebook to Resident Essentials, the group, and join. When you do that, someone will bring you in. We'll all will welcome you, right, with a virtual hug and hello, and you can find out more and more of what's going on with Resident Essentials. It's a great place to be, a lot of energy, a lot of work, a lot of teaching, a lot of receiving. And it's a great way to get as much information as you can because we all can simply use it. Well, I'm going to move on. Oh, I have two more people to mention. We have Donna of Dominion Tarot. She usually teaches Spirit Circle every second and fourth Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I believe the fees are about $15 for 2 hours. That's pretty good. It helps you bring out your psychic abilities and skills. Also, Michelle Vidal is on every Monday at 12 p.m., like Donna comes on also on Wednesdays with Walk In Wednesdays, where she reads with one card right on Resident Essentials, the group page. Well, Michelle Vidal is on the YouTube channel here for Resident Essentials every Monday at 12 p.m. And she brings forth a lot of metaphysical teachings and makes it simple for you to understand. That's what I like about her. She's also known as Swanda, Swanda. All right. So you sure you want to come here, get the information that you need? Go to the Resident Essentials website, www.resonant, RESONANT, Essentials, ESSENTIALS.com. And you can find out everybody that's there. You can make appointments with the different practitioners that are there from Tuesdays through Fridays. You can also see other events that are going on. Come on down, see what you can see, get what you can get. And don't forget, if you're down here in Albuquerque, Sunday, May the 15th is our psychic fair. Free admission, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to get a session, don't come late. Don't come at 5. We're packing it in by that time. Come at 4:30 or 4 o'clock. We'd like to see you there. I would too. All right, I'm going to sip this water. Thank you. Oh, by the way, if you like anything that you see here on Resident Essentials YouTube channel, click like button, make your comment, leave some questions, and share it out. Okay, share it out to a community of friends. We'd like to see you do that. We'd like to meet you as well. I'm Brother Francis. This is Wisdom Keys. I'm here every Thursday, usually at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m. for the West Coast, if that's what you need, 2 p.m. Central Time Zone, but 1 p.m. Mountain Standard or Daylight Time right now. This is Wisdom Keys. I'm going to sign off. My grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. And I look forward to seeing you really, really soon. I like to laugh a lot. Take care now.